Hello everyone. First of all, welcome to another set of interesting webinars hosted by Intera Systems. This is the first in line on the topic Baton Media Player, a powerful tool for content debugging in broadcast workflows. I'm Saurabh Jain, product specialist at Intera Systems, and will be hosting the webinar today. With me, I have our EVP of Sales Ashish Basu and Hemant Gangwar, product architect for this tool, who will co-host the event. Let me start with giving a brief introduction of our company, Intera Systems, and its various product offerings, followed by a deep dive into the Baton Media Player, its features, use cases, and to conclude with a comprehensive product demo. Intera Systems is a Silicon Valley company founded in the year 2000 and headquartered in Cupertino, California. We are just a few blocks away from the Apple campus. We have multiple offices in the US, Europe, and Asia. The R&D effort is driven out of the India location. Intera has been a market leader in QC and monitoring space with enterprise class solutions that help streamline content classification and quality assurance across the entire creation and distribution supply chain. Intera has 30 channel partners across the globe with 24/7 customer support covering all geographies. With the emergence of newer technologies and advancements in content consumption patterns, content workflows have progressed from linear to streaming media and OTT. Today, delivering error-free and high-quality content is an issue for broadcasters without a reliable set of quality control and monitoring tools. The various product offerings from Intera ensure delivery of pristine media from content preparation to content delivery. Our customers use the tools Baton, Vega, Captions, Vino, and LipSync for content preparation, and Orion OTT for end-to-end monitoring of linear and OTT deliveries. When we talk about the Intera family of products, video quality and quality of experience comes out as a common theme. Intera Systems offers end-to-end QC, monitoring and analysis solutions for the linear broadcast and streaming media industry. The solution includes Baton, a next-generation hybrid QC solution for file-based workflows. Orion OTT, a software-based ABR monitoring solution for flawless delivery of live and VOD streaming content. Orion, a real-time content monitoring solution to measure QoS and QoE and to deliver error-free linear broadcast with superior quality. And Vega, a family of audio-video analyzers for standard compliance, debug, and interoperability of encoded streams. Artificial intelligence and machine learning is a well-adopted methodology for the newer product offerings from Intera Systems that assist in content preparation. The first one is Vino, which is an automated content classification tool for identification of key elements in the content in accordance with regulations in different countries, regions, and platforms. For all kinds of captioning needs, we have an automated solution, Baton Captions, that allows broadcasters and media professionals to address requirements from caption generation to QC, auto corrections, review, and editing. Also, we have Baton LipSync, an automated tool for detecting audio lead and lag issues in media content in order to provide a superior quality of experience to viewers. Let me introduce you with the topic of the day, Intera Systems Baton Media Player. BMP is a powerful and feature-rich media player for broadcast professionals to play, inspect, and verify audio-video content. BMP supports the widest range of formats for audio, video, and container, along with extensive support for closed captions and subtitle formats. It can be easily integrated with broadcast workflows at any stage for in-depth examination of media, while facilitating collaboration across multiple teams and projects. BMP supports SDI playout using Aja, Blackmagic, and other video cards, and is offered as both a standalone media player and as an integrated part of Baton and other Intera products. This slide depicts a typical scenario of content operations in a broadcast workflow. The content is acquired from one or most post-production houses and ingested in the broadcast facility. On ingest, the media file goes through a pre-QC wherein it is randomly examined at 3 or 5 spots. This process is also called a 3 or 5-point QC. Later, it goes through a full-blown auto QC using Baton, followed by a manual validation process, also called hybrid QC. Once the file is QC passed, it goes through various broadcast processes like captioning, promo creation, compliance, metadata generation, and others. At the end of the process, the file is delivered for linear or OTT delivery. At each of these individual stages, BMP comes in very handy as shown on the slide and will be depicted now through a demo. Let us take this very example or this workflow and see how BMP can add immense value to the process and assist in streamlining it. Say we have an incoming file from a post house that is being ingested in the broadcast facility. So using BMP, you can perform pre-QC or a 3-point QC as will be shown now. So as a first step, what is required, if you go to the settings menu and the advanced settings, you can go to the spot checking settings and set the required segments which you would like to examine. So the idea here is that you can define the location of the segment and its length. The location can be from the start, from the middle, end, or it can be any custom location. The location can be specified in seconds, minutes, or even as percentage. In this case, we have already specified the three segment durations, 5% from the start, 5% from the middle, and 5% from the end. With these settings, what we'll do, we'll go ahead and open a media file using the file open dialog box. In this case, there's a file which is already loaded in the media player. Before we go into the actual pre-QC steps, I would like to introduce some of the player functions. As you can see in this window, the player has a play, stop, pause button. It can go frame backward, frame forward, few seconds back, few seconds forward. The player can also be played in various speeds. It can be played in a slow-mo or a high speed, all the way from 0.1x to 64x. This facilitates various broadcast workflows and are used by for different functions. It also has a go-to time where I can specify the time code in HHMMSS and press enter, and the player will seek to that particular frame. You can also have your own mark in mark-out points, which can be saved as a playlist, or specific comments can be added for those segments. The player can play the video in actual size or in full screen mode. And then you can also control the volume, etc. Also, we have this waveform window. So as in when you play back the video, the cursor plays at the exact audio position pertaining to the video frame. As part of the pre-QC, you would like to examine the file properties first to ensure that the content meets the technical specifications of the house format. So in this case, the file which is ingested is an MP4 file which has one video track, one audio track. It is an H.264 for video with a certain resolution, frame rate, chroma format, bit depth, MPEG audio, again with a certain sampling frequency, channels, and bit depth. The idea here is that, say, for example, you were expecting ingest of a high definition file, and from these file properties itself, you can figure out if it does not meet the requirement, the files can be rejected or can be sent back to the post-production house. In case they are consistent with the house format, it can move to the next stage. Next, we also have the various spots which were identified as part of loading the file, and they are available as playable segments in the spots window. You can double click onto any of this and it will start playing back. So what happens that when you play this spot in the player application, one after the other, it ensures that the basic playback capability of the content is consistent. Another important aspect of pre-QC is to figure out the audio track layout. This is specifically relevant for 5.1 audio tracks. Based on the content provider, the sequence of audio tracks may not be always left, right, center, LFE, ASL, SR. And the QC operator needs to ensure the correct layout at this stage. So the audio levels window comes in very handy for this analysis. You can play all, play solo, or mute selected tracks to perform this analysis. Using these tools, a QC operator can quickly accomplish pre-QC. Moving on, once the pre-QC passes, the content goes through full QC using Baten. Baten gives a detailed QC report in XML that can be consumed by the Baten media player to assist in validation of the error. On the BMP UI, you can notice the error panel on the left-hand side, and that enlists all the errors. The errors are reported at the video level, audio level, at the data level, or even at the container level. These errors are listed in this window. The idea here is that if you can validate all the errors one after the other by double clicking on the error, it will start playing back in the main player window, and the playback will start happening maybe a few frames before the actual error. Once the error starts, the region will be highlighted in red, and it will play back for the duration of the error. In this manner, you can play the errors one after the other, and playing back the actual error segment on the computer monitor as well as the broadcast monitor to quickly debug and plan necessary action. Further, the player allows you to review the errors using a review workflow, wherein you can ignore certain errors or comment on others to specify the corrective action to be taken by the editor or mastering team. The process to start the review is, you can press this button, start review, and it allows you to ignore either all the errors. You can add a comment on the overall report, or while you're examining each and every error one after the other, you can go to that error and either ignore that error. So in many cases, what happens that due to some creative intent, although it appears that it is blocky, but then it may be the actual content. So if that is the case, the error can be ignored. Or if the error is valid, and a comment can be added to the error window, wherein you can say that high bitrate transcoding need to be done, something like that. So what will happen that once this QC report is submitted back to the post house or to the mastering team, they can take corrective action based on this comment. Similarly, you can play back some of the other error, and if you think that this error is not valid and this is a creative intent of the editor, you can just simply ignore this error. Now, what will happen that this error will not go as part of the Baten QC report, and it will be ignored as part of the review process. The player also allows you to perform eyeball QC, which means that you can add errors to the report that were manually discovered during the review process. So it may happen that some of the errors are not discovered as part of the auto QC and covered during review in the player. So they can be added using this button. The error can be added at the video level or at the audio levels. So in this case, for example, if I'm adding an error at the audio level, I can select the subcategory. Say if there was an error between or sync issue between the audio and the captions, I'll select this. I will just write a synopsis, sync issue with captions, and then I can write a detailed description about the kind of error or any other specifics, and then I can just add this error. So what will happen that this error will be added in the timeline, and it will go along with the auto QC report. This feature makes Baten a very comprehensive hybrid QC solution. On the right hand side, you can see the various tools which are provided by the Baten Media Player. As part of the review process, some of the tools used by the QC operator are the loudness meter. This helps the operator monitor the perceived loudness of the audio and flags the segments where the momentary loudness goes beyond a certain predefined threshold. So as you can see, some of these bars are marked as red. So the threshold specified by the operator was say -15, and in this case, the value reported is -13. So the idea is that you can review and you can flag these as errors while the manual review process. So hence, this ensures that the content is delivered in compliance to various loudness recommendations. Some other tools like RGB Parade. To monitor the video properties, we have the RGB Parade that shows the three color channels, red, green, and blue, side by side in a single scope. Using this meter, you can ensure that the colors on the screen stays within a broadcast safe range. If I play back, you can see that the red, green, blue are shown next to each other, and using this you can ensure that the colors are in the broadcast safe region. Similarly, the player also has the vector scope that measures the prominence of a video signal, including hue and saturation. The distance from the center tells you how saturated the colors are. So this distance is telling how saturated the colors are, and again it helps in debugging. The player also has pixel intensity histogram that shows the distribution of dark and bright pixels in the image and helps debug the overall picture quality along with the other video metrics. So these were some of the tools which are used for performing auto QC. In the broadcast workflows, it is very common to perform cataloging operations on the content to make it ready for compliance, promo creation, ad insertion, and other downstream actions. Using the Baten Media Player, it is very easy to play back and identify the segments for these various use cases. The idea here is that, say for the various use cases like promo creation or ad insertion, you can mark those regions. They will appear as different markers in this window, where you can either add a comment here or add them as errors or various promo segments and others. So appropriate comments can be added to the segments and they can be made available as part of the final QC report. In the standalone player, this can also be exported as a separate playlist. So again, if you're in the promo creation process, these segments can also act as a playlist which can be used directly by the NLE for promo creation. Moving on, with the content becoming global and made available to international audience with the same day release, it has become imperative to caption the content for better acceptance and higher viewership. Captioning has become the eminent part of a broadcast workflow. As mentioned earlier, Intera offers a solution for auto captioning in multiple languages called Baten Captions. And this is the player interface that allows playback, edit, and export of caption data into desired format. Let me take you through the various controls that facilitates this process. First, we have the player window that allows playback of the audio video content along with the overlaid captions. If I play this back, the captions are overlaid and they can be seen along with the video. The other player controls remains the same as the core Baten player. Next, we have the audio waveform panel that showcases the decoded audio samples for various audio tracks. If I play the video, blue cursor showcases the audio samples being played back along with the video. Also, on selection of the caption segment, the pertaining audio samples are also highlighted. This way, it makes it very intuitive to ascertain the sync between playing video, audio, and captions. For example, if I selected, say, this segment number 7 or segment number 6, and it appeared to be in this blank region, so it is very easy to figure out or say that this is some sort of sync issue. Last but maybe most important, the review panel that showcases the caption data and provides multiple controls to edit or manipulate it. As we can see, this window shows the various caption segments along with its start time code, end time code, reading speed in words per minute. This is one of the very important factors considered by most playout and OTT servers. The actual text for the caption, it also gives the status for the caption. So the idea here is if the captions does not comply to a certain rule, error will be indicated on this window itself. Also, it gives you the position of the caption, so where the caption is located on the window screen. Using this panel, you can perform all the various edits necessary to make the captions accurate, synced with audio, and compliant to delivery standards like Netflix and others. So let's take an example of caption which is erroneous. So in this case, this is an erroneous caption segment which says the reading speed of the caption instance is 274 words per minute. It should not exceed 180 words per minute. The idea here is that it is possible to edit the caption here itself, and as you can see that it is reflected on the video frame as well. There are multiple handles provided here. I'll showcase them one after the other. So the idea here is that you can decrement the time. So for example, if you want to adjust the time, that is also possible. So right now what is happening that the words are being played much faster here. So I may want to increment the time. So I can increment the, or in this case, if it is the start time, I will decrement it. Or if it is the, and this may help us avoid this error or come or avoid or and the moment this error goes away, this will become break again. Or there are some other handles available, like I can split this utterance. So for example, if I split it here from chaste, now I can see that the second utterance is fine, but I still need to work on this one. So again, through some experimentation and some of these time adjustments and utterance adjustments, I can ensure that the captions is correct. I'll show another example where right now it is not an error, but the moment I made this go into 3 lines, there was an error, and it says that the total number of rows in the captions instance is 3, it should be 2. So idea is that in using this editor, you can figure out in real time the various errors. To conclude, to summarize, to fix a violation, you can manipulate the time by incrementing or decrementing it in frames, manipulate utterances by pulling from previous or pushing to the next time segment. This window also provides you an option to perform styling on the caption by updating the font size. You can update the font size and it will be reflected here. You can change the case to uppercase, lowercase, or title case based on the requirement. The color of the background or the actual text can also be, so the moment and it will be applied then and there. So if I change the text color, the color is, and then I can also change the background color. So yeah, this way it's very easy to change it on the fly, and it getting reflected on the video frame makes it very easy. The application can also be used to perform spell checks, find and replace options, and ability to add special symbols in the captions that may not come through any other automation. If the captions are present at the same time, or some other text or need to be aligned based on speaker position. So for example, say in this case, there is some text which is written over here, and say the captions are also there. So it is possible to change the placement of the caption. So using this control, I can change the caption, say, to top center. So rather than caption appearing here, they can be they can appear at different location, and I can save that as part of the export process. So finally, the captions are transformed and saved into a desirable output format like DFXP, WebVTT, SRT, or FCC based on the delivery platform. The Baten player has all the necessary controls to deliver caption data in multiple languages for multiple delivery platforms. Moving on, so now the content has been QC'd, captioned, cataloged, etc., and need to be delivered to Netflix as an IMF. So this file will be transformed into an IMF package and analyzed using Baten for detailed IMF QC, including photon compliance. Now, the player will be used again to investigate the issues found. Using this error panel, you can navigate through the various composition playlists. So the idea, if there are one or more compositions, you can select the composition you want to review, and similar to the previous interface, there are various audio video segments which can be reviewed. And in this case, we see that some of these errors are not present in the earlier stages, but it got introduced in the IMF creation process. Error like flicker has been added. Black bars, say if the width or the height of the black bars is not consistent, those errors are being reported. The video signal levels are going out of bounds. So such errors are reported here. Again, you can double click onto any of these errors and play them back and ensure that these errors are actual errors, or if they are not as part of the review process, you can ignore them or write comments or corrective actions to take for these. As part of this, I would also like to showcase the thumbnail panel, which showcase the various error thumbnails for a quick preview. So this is another way you can navigate to a particular error. If I click onto this thumbnail, it will jump to that particular frame and start playing back that error. Similarly, for error navigation, we also have the error timeline, which showcases the various errors. Like in this case, there were black bars, flicker, and audio signal level. And these various segments, you can double click onto these segments and it will start playing back as well. So essentially, these are the various handles which are provided by the player for easy navigation to a error location. The player makes it very easy to review a given main or supplemental IMF package and gives enough handles to validate the overall audio and video quality. With this, I'll just quickly go back to my presentation. Now that we have seen the various BMP use cases, I would like to summarize our discussion based on the various Intera products and the use of BMP in these tools. The media file is used along with the test plan in Baten, a profile in Baten Captions, and a classification scheme in Vino for content verification, caption generation, and content classification. The reports or output of these tools are debugged or validated using the Baten Media Player. The powerful industry-grade Baten Media Player ensures that the results are consistent with the specified metrics. With this comprehensive review, the media file along with the captions is delivered with highest quality and compliance. BMP works with other Intera products like Orion, OTT, and Libsyn as well. Last, we would like to conclude the discussion by showcasing the overall feature set for BMP. It supports various tools and meters like loudness meter, RGB parade, and others to ensure debugging and delivery of broadcast grade audio and video. It supports almost all audio, video, and container formats used in the media supply chain. It has extensive support for playback and debugging of closed captions and subtitle data elements. It also supports playback of broadcast on broadcast monitor using various SDI cards to ensure content delivery is broadcast grade. The player has localization support to cater to our international customers. Last, the player has an intuitive UI and extensive playback capabilities to suit all review requirements. Yeah, I think that will be all. I would like to thank you all for taking time to attend this webinar and for being a lovely audience for participating and be part of this conversation. On your screens, you can see our contact details. Please write to us for technical or sales related queries, and we'll try and revert to you at the earliest. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.